Hello everyone, I'm Ryan. Today I'm reacting to Watch This to Make Positivity Your Anchor. Gaur does. Alright, Positivity Your Anchor. Let's go ahead and give this video a shot.
I'll tell you what, the nature of problems is that it consumes our mind. Imagine a tooth which is hurting. I don't know if somebody's had their fingers stuck in the edge of the door and the door is slammed. Good heavens, it hurts like hell. And then the pain is just so all consuming. The mind just focuses so much on the pain, right? I think it's just the nature of problems that it draws our mind towards them. Like the tongue going towards the cumin seed in my tooth when it was stuck.
Yeah.
It's like gravity, the law of gravity. If we put this bottle up and put it up here and drop it, it's going to just be pulled down.
Yeah.
Dragged down by the power of gravity. I think there's a power of gravity existing within us as well. They're just natural for us to be dragged down to our issues, our problems, right? To everything that's negative. I think being pulled into negativity is so normal. It's like gravity. Put this bottle down, it falls down. You don't have to do anything. But if I were to pull water up from the ground floor to the 8th floor, I need a motor
Correct.
to work against gravity, and I need conscious hard work to bring it there. So it's so natural for the mind to feel negative and go towards the problem. But if I have to look at 31 other teeth, I have to make a conscious choice to take my tongue away.
Right.
If I have to pull the water down from the ground floor to the 8th floor, I have to put a pump to pull it up. It's not easy work. It's hard work, right? But hard work pays off. That's when you look at really saying, okay, this is fulfilling me now. And I definitely don't want to impose this principle of gratitude in a unrealistic way on people, because sometimes misery is so intense.
Absolutely.
You know, when troubles are smaller, you can still consciously look at the brighter side of life. You know? But sometimes troubles are just so intense and massive, and they seem to be like mountains. Unmoving, unshakable mountains. They just stand there for ages and decades. How in such a situation, wouldn't it be so violent to forcefully impose the principle of gratitude on a person whose life is so acutely absorbed in intense misery? Right? You know, I call that toxic positivity.
What?
It's toxic. It's not natural.
So what does one do really?
In such a situation.
Toxic positivity. That might not be the right word. And, I get what he's trying to say there. You don't want to force people into situations. You cannot force people to have a positive attitude or to be positive when there's something momentous going on in their life. I think, again, being understanding and understanding things takes time. I think that is a better solution, but it's really weird to say toxic positivity. It's no, I don't like when they say like toxic whatever. I think I think a person is toxic by their behavior, not whether their positivity or whatever it is toxic. Meaning that a person tries to force positivity on someone who's big things happen in their life in a bad way. Let's just put it that way. I think that person is toxic, not toxic positivity, not toxic anything. A toxic person. I like that a lot better.
When it's just so overwhelmingly painful, you know. My take on it is, it's hard to look at the brighter side when this intense pain there. But at the same time, I also feel if we are consumed by negativity with that pain and that problem and it's occupying our mind, we lose the ability to deal with it the way we are meant to. Correct? So if we could seek help, if I'm not able to see it, we could seek help of somebody. It could be professional help or personal help, friends, whoever it could be. We could seek help. to be able to shift our attention to even the tiniest things, so that that little positivity becomes the anchor to deal with.
Beautiful.
Is that it? Yes. So let's go back to that. Let's see. Seek help, stand strong, grow over your problems. I think it's a bit of a misphrase there. Grow over your problems. That's like your plant. Probably for me, how I would translate the seek help is proper understanding for me, and stand strong is proper understanding for me. Grow over your problems. I think that probably would translate for me to be not get over your problems, because that's a bit of a harsh tone or harsh thing to say, but to overcome your problems. Grow over your problems. I think it's probably, for at least some people, it's probably meant to say overcome your problems, because obviously we have to, unless you just don't want to deal with it. Anytime we have problems in the world, you have to overcome it. If it's something that you want to do, you're going to have to overcome it. There's no avoiding it. Now, if there's a problem you don't like, you can avoid it if you want. Hopefully it doesn't bite you in the butt later on. But yeah, you can either face it head on and overcome it, or you can completely avoid it. That is absolutely your choice. Watch this to make positivity your anchor. I must have missed what the what the positivity, or what we're supposed to use as our anchor. For me, obviously, if you know Eastern philosophy and you follow a particular path, you know what to do. Generally speaking, you know what you need to do, especially if you're following teachers and gurus, swamis. Seek their guidance. And obviously, if you're enlightened, then you know what to do to overcome these things. It's not like you negate the feeling of it, but you know how to overcome it. For me, it's always understanding. Always understanding that things are going to happen. You can let it bog you down, beat you down, or you can, how do I say, allow it to affect you for a little bit of period of time, even though that's like a wrong thing to say. But obviously, depending on how hard the problem is, you may have to let it do that so you can overcome the pain. It's going to be too great at first, but by understanding it, hopefully, I'm not saying it's guaranteed again, but hopefully by understanding it, by trying to understand the pain, you can get over it. So kind of like the last part he said there, grow over your problems. I think for me that translates to overcome your problems. Sometimes problems are going to be too great at first. Sometimes you need to, for example, you need to lift 300 pounds, deadlift. But if you have not worked out in a while, it's not going to happen. You will not achieve that overnight. What you're going to do is work your way up to that strength. It's kind of like working out your problems, overcoming your problems through practice over time. So, I mean, this works for, I would like to believe, for anything. So, if there's a problem that you have, understand what the problem is, what is the solution, and sometimes it's going to take time to solve that problem. A lot of problems don't solve themselves overnight. A lot of problems don't get fixed overnight. A lot of problems don't just go away by you doing nothing. But you can work your way towards overcoming the problem, or avoid it all completely. It is up to you, but be mindful of your decision of what you want to do. So anyways, that's my take on watch this to make positivity your anchor. Good luck. I don't know, I mean, again, understanding is I suppose my anchor to getting over your problems, my problems. So anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.